Okay, so this is going to be a weird one for some people, but I need to do this for personal reasons. This is the armadillo, the hedgehog, and the possum. Let me explain. The armadillo, when attacked, rolls up in a ball, becomes armored, and hides. The hedgehog, when attacked, rolls up in a ball and spikes anything in defense. And the possum, when attacked, bares its teeth, spits and growls, and looks extremely mean and rabid. But possums are rarely rabid. Now, why do you ask? Am I mentioning these three animals? Well, right now I'm in the process of doing some self-examination as to why I cringe when certain things in my life happen. Why PTSD is occurring when I'm dealing with certain people or actions of people or situations. And I've come to the conclusion that in some cases, I am like the armadillo. In other cases, when pressed, I become like the hedgehog. And if pressed again, I become the possum. And so in this self-examination situation, what animal do I really want to be? Is it one of these three? The armadillo, the hedgehog, or the possum? Or do I want to choose an animal that handles things differently? Right now, I have not figured out what that animal is. I'm working on this. Now, I just dropped my notebook. I made a bunch of noise. But do you have experiences like this? Where, say, you have a neighbor, for instance, that you've had past bad conversation with, and you'll look out your door just to make sure that neighbor's car is not in their driveway before going outside for frivolous things that you don't really have to go outside for, like maybe piddling around in your flower beds in the front of your house, just so you don't have to deal with that neighbor. Or when that neighbor comes up, do you get this prickly feeling and become defensive? And even if they just nod to you over the fence or look your way, you immediately feel like you're on the defense, like the hedgehog. Or have you outright lashed out at the neighbor for the small and minor things that they might do? Like, for instance, not bringing their garbage can up and leaving it on its side, rolling in the breeze. When you drive into your driveway, you see it there. And the next thing you know, you're stomping up their walkway and banging on their door like the possum. Going, why do you always blah, 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 blah? Now, this can happen in relationships of closer nature. But we need to sit and determine why. Why does this happen? And why are we acting in these defensive manners and offensive manners? And that's what I'm working on right now. I've had a lot of traumatic things go on in my life, from childhood on up. And this year, I am turning 50. And I think it's time, or well past time, to figure out what triggers these reactions and to find a better way to manage them. Because I don't think I want to be the armadillo, the hedgehog, however cute its little nose may be, because I have one, they're really sweet, or the possum. I need to figure out what animal or what persona I want to be in these situations, and why I am being triggered by Just the simplest things, like looking out the door and seeing the neighbor come across the yard. Now, I know that I have certain incidents that have happened that cause these things. But for yourself, do you have these experiences? And how do you manage and deal with them? Make comments below if you know what I'm talking about. And it can be about simple things like what I'm speaking, things within relationships, or even something as horrific as having a car accident, and every time you get in that vehicle again, you get this scared and sick feeling. Or maybe having something horrible happen, and like going to war, and every time you hear a beating, banging noise, or someone fires a gun or fireworks off, you cringe. These are the simple things that PTSD people don't even realize they have, and it sometimes rules your life. Anyway, that's all for now, and I hope this might help me and might help some of you out there. And if you have any ideas or thoughts, please, as I said, comment below. Have a great day.